Hello everybody and welcome to today's HIIT 360 class. There'll be 7 different exercises we're working through today. Some of them we're repeating on one side and then the other. The time format that we've got today is 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and we're going to be working with 5 rounds in total. So like always, we're going to be working through each exercise and the scaling options as our warm-up, and I'll show you the at-home alternatives if you don't have a little box with you, which is the one piece of equipment we'll be using today. So the first exercise is a step jump off a box and then step back into a normal lunge. So if you don't have a box and you do want to do the plyometric, you can find something sturdy that's knee height or lower that you can jump onto, or you can simply do this exercise without any elevated platform. Okay, so the non-plyometric option that we're going to be going through first is working through the same movement patterns, just taking out the jump. Okay, so the exercise alternative for this one, and we're moving through the same ranges, we're driving one knee up, and now the leg that you just drove up towards your chest, we're going to take it back and then step the other leg back for a lunge. So we drive up, we jump, or rise, and then we come back. Okay, so this is your first option. You can have your hands on your hips the whole time if that's better for you. Okay, and now we're going to be doing 30 seconds on one side, maintaining a nice square alignment through the feet, and then we're going to be swapping over with the other leg. So driving the leg up, take it back, lunging back, and then repeating the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, so we'll just do a couple more of these. Then I'll show you the at-home alternative without any equipment. And then I'll show you with the box. Okay, so that was your non-plyometric. Second option is to add the jump without the elevated surface. So we step forward, jump, step back, lunge. Remember, your arms can do whatever feels natural. Okay, and then the exact same thing on the other side. Whatever option you're taking though, with the lunge, we want to make sure that your knee isn't coming crashing down into the floor, okay? Now, if you're using the box, or a plate is a good option as well. It doesn't have to be this high. We're going to be stepping up, jumping, and we want to be nice and smooth with our landing, okay? So if you haven't done much plyometric work on one leg, I would take out the elevated platform, and if you still don't feel strong in the center, do it without the jump, okay? And just add the lunge. You could even add a jump lunge and then come back where you're landing on the 2 feet, okay? Make sure you feel in control. Okay, so with the box it looks like this. We're going to step up, drive the knee, step it back, and then lunge away, and then come back. Alrighty, and then we're repeating the same thing on the other side. 30 seconds on one leg, 10-second break, 30 seconds on the other side. The break is purely there to give you the opportunity to set up, feel nice and stable, know exactly what you're doing next, and then go into it, okay? So it should be short enough that your heart rate is still elevated the whole time. I'm going to be giving you a 30-second break after each round is complete, so there'll be 10 exercises that we go through because we're repeating some on each side, okay? The next exercise we're doing is a burpee. Holding the plank position, we're adding a knee lift and then coming back up into a squat position. So we'll be holding a squat for a lot of the time in this exercise, but we're only doing it once through with each round. So the non-plyometric option is we're going to start in a squat for everybody. So we're going to push the hips back. It's a hip initiation, not a knee initiation. So hips sink back here, and now we're going to take the hands to the floor. Make sure we've got a nice flat base. We're not pushing up off the fingertips, and we're going to step back, back, back. Take your whatever leg you're choosing first. We're going to be staying with the one leg for the one round, and then we'll swap it over. And then we're pulling one knee in. You have the option to either extend the leg or keep it bent. Step it back, and then step back in, coming back up into your squat. Okay, so it goes back, back, knee, back, back, up into your squat. So let's just do a couple of these on this side. Okay, now let's repeat that on the other side. When we do the cross with the leg, let's think about closing the gap from our rib to our hip as much as we can, getting our obliques fired up there. And we want to try and keep our core engaged the whole time, so we're not collapsing in through our lower back in the plank or collapsing into the shoulders. Okay, let's do the other leg. So, sorry, we'll start in a squat and let's go down. Step, step, pull the knee across, tap it back, step, step, and up. Okay, keep it going. We'll do 2 more here. Up. And last one. And up. Okay, now adding the plyometric with the burpee back, we also have another option today if you're wanting to try something a little bit more advanced, is adding a sit through rather than just a knee across. Okay, so if you are wanting to do the plyometric, you can always just stay with the knee across and jump it back in and so on. So I'll show you a couple of reps with that option, and then I'll show you a couple of reps with the sit through. Okay, so we're going to go coming down into our squat, and then we're going to jump it back, knee, jump, and up. Okay, so that's what the tempo will look like, or the movements will look like with the jump. With a sit through, it will look like this. So we start in the squat, we jump it back, okay, and now from here we bring one leg forward and we're going to lift the other hand up, come back, step it through, lift the chest. Okay. If you're finding you're spending a lot of time setting up your hand, swiveling through, it's taking you a couple of seconds for each component of the sit through, just stay with the knee across, because we do enough work out of rotation in all the other classes with control. Today is about keeping moving and keeping our heart rate up, and if that's stopping you, it's not actually getting you where you need to be for this class. Okay, so please only do it if it flows through smoothly, otherwise stay with the knee across, you'll get so much out of that. Next exercise is a jumping jack with a tuck jump. So the non-plyometric option for jumping jacks is taking one leg out, and then you can pull the knee up, out, out. So this is instead of the tuck, these are instead of the jumping jacks. So you can take your arms out as well, and then arms up. It's up to you, okay? I find sometimes it can get a little bit confusing doing the arms with this one, so just do what suits you, what you feel up to doing, okay? With the plyometric, it's just one jumping jack, one tuck, okay? So it's out, tuck. Soft landing each time, and you're rebounding off each time we land on the feet. Okay, that one's pretty straightforward. We just want to think about keeping our core engaged, nice and tight, protecting us through our lower back. All right, next exercise is a crab with a single leg tuck. We will be doing this on one side and then the other. 30 seconds goes pretty quickly, so I do find with some exercises like this where you need to do a couple of reps to really feel where it's working, it's much better to stay on the one side and then go to the other instead of alternating. So the lower impact option, but still very beneficial, is you've got one leg on the floor, one leg is up in tabletop, and now we're going to be taking your opposite hand to your front leg behind your head, and then we're just going to be coming up, twisting across, controlling back down. Okay, so you might find this works your obliques a little bit more than the front abdominals, but both are good. Okay, so you'll be doing 30 seconds on one side, and then you'll be doing 30 seconds on the other side. Make sure you're controlling as you lower down, and just take note of this one. Those of you who usually do the plyometric option as well, if your wrist gets sore in the other alternate exercise for this one, you might want to come back to this. Okay, so that's the lower impact option, especially for your wrists. And then the second exercise our crab position. We're going to be coming up into as high hip extension as you can. So hips are up nice and high here. Your fingertips can face whatever way feels comfortable. And now we're going to extend one leg away. And as we lift the leg, when we bend it in, we lower the hips just slightly and then push back away, lifting back up. Okay, we want to try and draw our rib cage towards our hips. And go on the other side as well. Okay? Awesome. Make sure it's working your core, that one. It'll work your shoulders and your lower back and glutes a little bit as well. But we do want to try and work our core as much as we can, drawing rib cage down towards your hips. Next exercise is a plank jump in and out with a tuck. So you can just do this one tapping rather than jumping. So out into your plank, you can go tap to one side, tap to the other side, walk it in, away, away. Tap, tap. In, away, away. You can swap what leg you tap with and step with if you like. Completely up to you. The jumping option looks like this. So we're just going to jump out once, in once. Okay, and we want to try and keep your bottom as low as you can, especially as you start to get tired. People tend to start really pushing their hips up, okay? It's just going to transfer more of the load into your shoulders and your wrists if you do that. So let's try and keep it low. Keep it general through the quads, the core, shoulders, and so on. Okay, second last exercise is a lateral lunge with a jump. So your option for this one is just taking the jump out of it. So it's just a lateral lunge. So we're taking one leg out to the side and you spring off that leg and step it back in. And then you'll just be repeating 30 seconds on one side. And then we'll do 30 seconds on the other leg. Okay, so from there, just straight over. Exactly the same exercise. So it's normal to feel a little stretch in the outside leg, keeping that one straight. And it's normal to feel your quads as you get a little bit fatigued. Okay, now the option with the jump is you just step away, step it in, and then add a jump with your feet together. 30 seconds that side, 30 seconds this side. All right, last exercise we're going to be going through, and then let's get into it. I'm hoping you're feeling a little bit warmer, just like I am, is a broad jump, which is where we're working from a squat position, getting full hip extension, landing in a different spot to where you started. We're going to be jumping it back in a plank and then walking it all the way back up, okay? Your option without the jump is going to be an inch walk, so you bend your knees, walk all the way out, walk it all the way in, out of rise. Walk it out, walk it in, rise. Okay, your plyometric option, and the point of this is that it's space efficient as well. Okay, so we jump forward, we jump the legs back, and we walk the hands back in, and we return pretty much in the same position. Okay, so we're going to start with our bottom dropping back into a squat, and then we go hip extension, hands come down to the floor, jump it back into a plank, and then walk the hands all the way back in. Coming back up, okay? There are exercises. You have a 30-second break after the broad jump, plank jump, inch walk exercise that I just showed you, and then we'll go straight back into it, 30 seconds, back with a step up, lunge back. Let's do it.
Oh, you have your way, and it's making me weaken. You and your stardust, walking like that. It's really getting too much, but I can't pull back. Though I try to resist, I can't fight this. And no one makes me feel like you do. And no one sets my body on fire. And no one gives me shivers like you. Oh, no one does it better. How I try to sleep, but you're deep in my mind. Got a hold of me. When I'm awake, I'm all blind. You and your magic, like infinite power. God knows I try to resist, but you're pulling me closer. Oh, I gotta stay away, but you won't let me. And no one makes me feel like you do. And no one sets my body on fire. And no one gives me shivers like you. Oh, no one does it better.
Thanks for joining me today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this session. Let me know how you found it, and I'll see you next time.